How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. So today we're going to be talking about MMAT metamaterials. In my previous video, I was telling you guys to look out for a further pullback, and that is exactly what we are getting. So I want to make sure I give you guys an update so you're prepared for next week. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a technical analysis. We want to take a look at the overall price action. We want to know support, we want to know resistance, and what we want to look for in regards to MMAT looking bullish again. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. Does it continue to have short squeeze potential even though the price has been beaten down so much? We're about to find out. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. Are institutions loading up on shares while it is pulling back? Hey, we're going to find that out as well. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for MMAT metamaterials. So it ended up closing today at $2.88, being down 2.37%. On the low, it tested $2.86, and then on the high, testing $2.97. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, it traded at 6.889 million shares, and as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it was at 11.185 million shares. So we did have below average volume, and there was a lot of selling pressure, and it's part of the reasons why you're seeing actually the stock price going down. Now, when we take a look at the 1-year daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is around 38.15, so it is in the oversold territory. When we take a look at the indicators on our chart, we are below the 100-day, the 200-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. And I've said in previous videos, the more time metamaterials stays below these trend lines, the more likely to see downside pressure, and that's exactly what is happening here. So many are saying, hey, is this the bottom for metamaterials? I look at it like this. I feel it can definitely pull back even further. So we did end up testing at 286, and it held up very well for Friday, but keep in mind there is a possibility where it could pull back further, where it could start getting to the levels here right around 266. So 266, this is where I'm going to want to see some strength, and this is the bottom that I am calling for MMAT. I know many of you may not want to hear that, but hey, I just want to make sure I'm being honest here, and of course I can be wrong about this. As far as where it's at 286, I just feel like there's more downward pressure, and due to the fact that how it's been performing, we had a high of $2.97 on the day, so right away we know that that $3 level is going to be a psychological level for MMAT. And for it to start looking bullish again, it's going to have to pass that $3 level, and then it's going to have to come back here to reclaim the 21-day EMA at $3.49. So that's going to expect a big time move with a lot of volume coming back into the stock. If we're not getting that volume and the short interest remains to be high, then it's going to continue to pull back. So that's one thing I want you guys to be aware of. So as far as going into next week, the most preferable situation, especially if you are a shareholder, you're going to want to see it get above that $3 range and gain some momentum. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information for metamaterials. So as we scroll down on the page, you can see the short shares availability is at 700,000, updated 29 minutes ago. And as far as for the short ball fee rate, it is at 2.05. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio for the close of August the 17th, you can see it's around 51.31. The close for the 18th being at 55.98. And then the close for the 19th, which was yesterday, being at 55.36. So what this means, yes, there is a lot of negative market sentiment around metamaterials, but it also does tell us that there is short squeeze potential inside of this stock. So if we have a lot of buying volume that ends up coming through, since many are saying, well, you know what, MMAT is at the bottom, then of course you can look forward to seeing some strong moves in price action. So now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for MMAT metamaterials. So on the inflow side, it's at 3,577. And then on the outflow side, it's at 3,978. So it's 0 on the large for both. On the medium, it's 1,968. And then on the small, it's at 1,610. On the outflow side on the medium, it is 2,375. And then on the small, it's at 1,602. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see on the 20th, we had 0. We had an outflow day on the 19th and a big time outflow day as well on the 16th. So what we see here as far as institutions are concerned, they have been selling out of their positions. We haven't been seeing any large scale orders in regards to inflows. So that's just one thing that you want to keep in mind if you are inside of this play. Does this mean that MMAT still has more risk in regards to downside pressure in the stock? Most definitely, and we saw this overall inside of the technical analysis as well. So now let's move on to the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So for my final thoughts for MMAT metamaterials, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it performs going into next week. One thing we do know for sure, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. So if we have a lot of volume and a lot of buying pressure that ends up coming into the stock, then we can look forward to seeing some strong moves in price action. If we don't end up getting that, then of course you could see a further pullback, and I want to make sure you are aware of that. So if you are holding shares and you've done your homework and you've done your due diligence, then maybe this is an opportunity for you to average down if you believe in the long-term prospects. If not, then you're going to really want to keep an eye on it and make a decision for yourself. Hey, am I going to be holding on this or am I going to be selling in this? Again, this is the decision that you're going to have to come to. Please do not be fooled or be influenced by other people that are not looking out for your best interests. Also as well, this is a penny stock at the end of the day, so you know it comes with a lot of volatility. So this pullback or even these moves in price action when it's making moves to the upside should not be surprising, and making sure inside of your portfolio you limit your exposure is very key. Another way to limit your exposure when it comes to these particular types of plays without sacrificing a lot of money is to have a separate account. So you can have a trading account and then you can also have your portfolio. By separating these two things, you can keep yourself more disciplined. And I know what you're saying, Dre, why are you talking about this right now? Because I want to make sure that it's very clear. I see it all over on social media. People will be talking about it. Well, you know what? I got my whole portfolio in here. I got 50% of my portfolio in here. And I'm looking at it like this. If you're focused on the long term in regards to growing your money inside of the stock market, the last thing that you want to be doing is putting all your eggs in one basket in a penny stock. That is just not the way to go about doing things. I don't want to make sure that I'm being very clear about it on this channel, because at the end of the day, I want you guys to succeed here. So as far as for MMAT is concerned, for next week, I want to look forward to seeing some movements and seeing that, hey, MMAT could start having some strong moves. And the main reason being is because I want to see you guys actually winning. That's where I'm coming from with this. But as far as the technicals are concerned, use it alongside with your homework as well as your due diligence. So if you want to trade off the fluctuations, you can have the opportunity and be well informed to actually do so. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.